We are live here on RJ Sandefur Living with Purpose, and I have to tell you, um, we will be having a live stream today at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I will be inviting some guests on. We'll be using StreamYard, so we'll be on the Chromebook, but I have to tell you, the channel is doing really well. We are currently at 739 subscribers. Guys, we are on our way to 1K. We are on our way to 1K. The channel is climbing. Views are climbing. Subscribers are climbing. Returning viewers are climbing. Thank you guys for all the support. It is amazing. I want to give a shout out to my good buddy, The Source 479, Doran, The Source 479. Y'all go check him out. He's a great guy, great creator, great friend. Rudy Harahita is another one. Poetic Tears is another amazing creator. Good creators, good friends. Crazy Kid 949, another good creator. There's a lot of good creators that are in the RJ Sandefur Living with Purpose universe. And so, guys, we are really doing really well. I just want to come on and say that, I was going to make this a 500 subscriber special, but heck, the channel's been climbing the last few days, and we're already almost at 800 subscribers, y'all. We are going to hit 1,000 subscribers very soon. This is how great this is, y'all. This is good. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Join the ride, because the ride is getting started. We are really getting started. We're cranking up. The engines are getting revved up. We're going to be coasting through to 1K subscribers, then 100K subscribers, and then 1 million subscribers. We're going to get there, y'all. We are going to get there, y'all. It's going to be amazing. And I've got a lot of content planned over the next couple of months. It's going to be awesome. You guys are going to love it.
Lip. Top fans. Switch cam top 10 what lip.
10 people in the chat. Thank you very much. 10 people in the chat. We're doing well. Let's see.
Fan. Switch microphone effect. Choose stick. Enable read. Expand tool. Welcome to live chat options. Play a game. Button.
Let's see who's gonna chat first. We got 10 of you in the chat. 10 of you in the chat. Hopefully all 10 of you are new viewers and you have subscribed. If you haven't already, if you have subscribed, thank you very much. For those of you who don't know who the heck I am, I'm RJ Sandefur. I am a 47-year-old, totally blind content creator, Special Olympics Florida athlete, leader, and global messenger. I've been blind my whole life, but I don't let blindness stop me. I don't let it stop me from being who I want to be. I've always been the guy that's always come out on top, even when the odds were stacked against me. I've always been the one that said, no, I'm not going to let you define who I am. And so that's how it is. But yeah, we're doing well. We're doing really well, guys. I'm very excited to see where the channel goes from here.
Chat options. Welcome to live chat. Expand. Enable retouch. Choose
So yeah.
effects. Microphone switch cam top fan. 2 watching now.
So
0 likes.
Oh yeah.
Lip. 4-minute finish.
We're doing really well, guys. I'm excited. So anyway, we are going to be having a live stream, like I said, at 1 p.m. today. Hopefully all of y'all can make it, and we're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun with it, um, and it's gonna be wonderful. So, how was y'all's weekend? Hopefully, y'all had a good weekend. I know I had a great weekend, and we had a good time with family and everything. Hopefully, y'all had a good time with your families, and y'all were able to get some stuff done over the weekend. School is starting back for the kids uh, in my town here. Um, I'll tell you one thing. I remember that first day of school very well, especially in the later grades. Like when you started getting up into the like eighth, ninth, 10th grade, the first day of school is like, oh, 1 year closer to graduation, 1 year closer to graduation. And I could not wait to graduate. I wanted to get the heck out of there. I wanted to get the heck out of high school. I loved high school, but at the same time, I felt like, you know what, I want to go ahead and get to the rest of my life, you know? And then when you get into 12th grade and you realize, oh crap, this is my final year of high school. And then once you stand on that stage and get your diploma, you're like, okay, this is it. This is it. And some of these people I'm never gonna be able to talk to again. Some of them I will, some of them I won't. Um, you know, and I always tell high schoolers, even today, take time, slow down, enjoy your high school years because you're never going to get them back. You're never going to get them back. Um, I really I was the type of kid that was a homebody, and while my friends were going to the mall and hanging out and everything, I stayed at home doing schoolwork. I think I only went to our homecoming bonfire like twice my whole high school career. My ninth grade year and my 12th grade year. Because my schoolwork was more important. Um, I mean, when I was in the 11th grade, I didn't even go to prom. My senior year, I went to prom, but my 11th grade year, I didn't go to prom. Because you had to be in the 11th grade to be eligible to go to prom. So they're like, hey, RJ, do you want to go to prom? I'm like, nope. They're like, why? I'm like, my schoolwork's more important. And I maintained a 3.8 grade point average. Like I was that kid that was like very into school. I wasn't into all the partying and all that stuff. I was like, if y'all knew me back in high school, I was that kid that was always answering the teacher's questions, always on top of everything. Like, I was that kid. I guess you'd call him a nerd. I was a nerd, basically. Because all I would do, this was my day. Basically, I would get up at 5:30 in the morning. That's the time I would wake up. I would get dressed, eat breakfast, and be ready to catch the bus by 6:30. And the bus would arrive at school at 7:10 for class. And then I would get out of school at 2:05, get home, and do homework from the time I got home until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And back then, we didn't have computers. Everything was done in Braille. Everything was done in Braille. And imagine trying to do algebraic equations completely in Braille. And if you messed up a problem, I would have to, if I messed up a problem, I would have to take out the Braille paper out of the Braille writer, put another piece of Braille paper in, like, just to do like 5 problems would take 4 or 5 sheets of Braille paper. Where it would take only one in print, it takes 4 or 5 because you're having to poke dots into the paper. Nowadays, blind children have it easy. The only thing they have to do is just type on their computer or type on their phone, and that's it. But back then, we didn't have computers. I didn't get my first home PC until I was in my first year of college, my first year of community college. I didn't even know how to send an email until my first year of college. That was back in 1999. I mean, my grandniece is 5 years old and she already knows how to use a smartphone. This is my first smartphone that I've ever had. My very first one. This phone that I'm holding in my hand is my very first smartphone. I'm 47 years old. Never had a smartphone in my life. This is my first smartphone. And that's the thing.
Live. 12 minutes 15 seconds.
Yeah.
One watching now. Top fans. Switch
I'm
camera.
amazed.
Microphone on effects. Choose sticker. Enable retard. Expand to welcome to at Alexus Estrada 8224. Hi button.
Hi, Alexa.
Actions available.
How are you?
At Joe B. Ellipsis. Can we talk about the controversy? Button. Actions available.
Joe B, I really don't discuss that on this here.
At SL Vespa. And look where that got you. Button. Actions available.
And look where what got me. I'm kind of and look where what got me. You mean my smartphone? Yeah.
Kick. Now, at Recoreta Parizal Fombras. Hey, it's me. Button.
Hey, it's me.
At Recoreta Parizal Fombras. Hey, it's me. Button.
It's me. I don't know who said me. Who is me? I'm confused here.
At SL Vespa. And that got you into what college? Button. Actions available.
Yeah, it got me into college. My persistence and everything else.
Chat options. Button.
Yeah. I mean, I see, and the thing is, when you're, because my mom and my dad, they pushed me. In fact, they pushed me harder than they pushed my sister. They did. It was hard because, I mean, like, when you're young and you already love school, but then again, it was like they expected more from me because they were like, oh, well, we need to maintain this thing where, oh, we have a blind son and he's doing this and this and this and that. Like, they didn't want the image of, oh, RJ's blind and we feel sorry for him. They didn't want that image. They wanted the image of, oh, look at what RJ's able to do, you know. And what parent wouldn't want that for their kid? But looking back now, if I were counseling a parent of a blind child, yes, you want your kid to do well, but don't overdo it. Don't push them to the point of almost giving up, or don't pressure them, because I'm going to be honest with you, there was a lot of pressure. There was pressure. And there was a point in the 11th grade where I almost got into a slump where I didn't want to do any work because it was a lot of pressure. And it almost broke me because I was just ready to get it done and have it over with. I mean, because it was like constant, every day. You had, because like where some kids in my high school had only 6 classes, 5 classes, I had 7. And all 7 classes gave you homework. All 7 of them. So, just imagine lugging around Braille books from every single class. And these Braille books are heavy. They are not your typical textbooks. They're a lot heavier, a lot thicker. And I would come home and I would be complaining about my back because they're heavy on your back. And so I would have sometimes like 3 or 4 Braille books I would have to read. And I would come home and I would be like, Mom, my back freaking hurts. And, I don't know how I was able to do it because it was tough. I mean, I was able to do it, but it was really tough. But then, what was so weird when I got into high school or when I got into college? No Braille books. Everything was computerized. Everything was on the computer. So I went from everything being in Braille or audio recorded to, okay, RJ, we're not going to put anything in Braille for you. You have to learn how to use the computer. And you have to learn how to use the internet. So that threw me for a loop. And university was even tougher. Like, you know how when you would turn something into your teacher or into your professor, and you would just, walk up to the front of the class and you would turn something in. Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 You know what you would do? You know what I had to learn to do? Email it to the professor. I had to learn to email things to my professors. And I had to learn how to use a flatbed scanner with a talking program on it that would read my textbooks or read my worksheets. And half the time, you couldn't understand it because the talking programs at the time really weren't that great. Now they are, but at that time they weren't.
Choose sticker. But effects. Micro switch top fans. 2 watching live. 20
So,
minutes 12 seconds.
you know,
2 watt top switch microphone effects. Choose sticker. Enable expand. Welcome to live at SL Vespa. At SL Vespa. And that got you into what add a weirdest dream you remember? Add a Q&A sticker. Weirdest dream you at Sanjay Rawat Sr. FR button.
ah,
At Sanjay Rawat Sr. GTT button.
hey man,
Options available. Chat options.
how you doing? How you doing, Sanjay? Hey man, when you go live, you can plug my channel, man. I would really appreciate that, bud. I would really appreciate that, my friend. How you been, man? But yeah, like, you know, when I went for my criminology degree in university, that's how I did my work. I had to scan everything into a scanning program, and then it would read everything. And I'm like, well, forget this. I can't understand it. So I hired someone to read my textbooks for me into a tape recorder. And that's how I did it. So then I went, to this distance learning seminary where everything was on cassette tape. And I would listen to the tape. And I would do the work, and then I would email it in and they would grade it, and I was carrying like a 4.0 at one point, and then I went down to a 3.8. But you know, when you're you know when you have a vocational rehabilitation counselor tell you after you've graduated high school, oh, don't even worry about going to college because you're not college material. And basically you want to tell the guy, you're an idiot, you know. Like, nobody really liked the guy anyway, but, you're an idiot. So I basically had to prove him wrong. I didn't have a choice there. But I didn't get to, I didn't get to feel sorry for myself when I was growing up.
At Sanjay Rawat Sr. GTT button. Act chat options. At Sanjay Rawat Sr. RG button. At Sanjay Rawat Sr. FR button. At Sanjay Rawat Sr. Namaste bro. Hands pressed together.
Namaste button. Bro. How you doing, man?
At SL Vespa. And that got you into what college? At Sanjay Rawat Sr. Namaste bro. At Sanjay Rawat Sr. 2 button.
Yeah. Alright, y'all. Let me see where we're.
Welcome to live chat. Expand toolbar. Enable retard. Choose effects. Microphone on switch top fan. 0 watching now. Live.
Alright, y'all.
4 minutes 5 seconds. Finish.
Remember we're having a live stream at 1 p.m. today. Hopefully y'all can be there. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Live. Finish button. End stream. Your stream will cancel. End button. Your stream will cancel. End.